What's good, people? This is SimFBallCritic. This is the SimStandard. This is gonna be a short video, man. I'm just gonna, talk about some things here quickly. I'll let you look at the video yourself. You're gonna see Madden 12, you're gonna see 2K8, and you're gonna see Backbreaker. Basically, I think all of these companies has positives in terms of player movement. With Madden, I will say, for once this year, the animations looked fairly well, but the problem is the way they played out. Like when you do a foot plant with the left stick, it looked very ugly. It was so choppy, as you're probably seeing it here. As well as, it still had turntable running, turnstile running, whatever you want to call it. You could turn on a dime. Now 2K, in my opinion, as you'll see in the next clip, they did a wonderful job with showcasing change of direction in 2K8. You're going to see me run from left to right, and you'll see me plant. And they did an excellent job with that. But me personally, I think 2K8 in open field, when you're just running downfield, I always thought the players looked funny when they run. To me, it didn't always look as authentic as some would say. Even though, again, I say 2K8 is the best overall game as far as gameplay, I never thought that the actual running looked great. But the way they represented momentum and change of direction and all of that, very good. Great job. Now, as far as Backbreaker, you'll see that in the next clip. With Backbreaker, I think they did a wonderful job with cornering. The way they have to lean when they run, and the movements do actually look natural. The player's the body, and when he runs, he looks like someone actually running. I think what kind of clouded Backbreaker was the player model. They looked very robotic, as well as the jukes were robotic and things of that nature. But overall, when you were running in the open field, you looked like and felt like someone running. Alright, so with that all being said, I say all of that to say this. Madden 13 looks like they're definitely implementing things that is necessary in a football game. Now let's just say that they nail these things. This is just for talk. Let's say they nail these things. The next thing that the Madden devs has to focus on, they have to focus on player movement. Because there still seems to be sliding in the game. And especially with the quarterbacks, and I think that may have something to do with, them speeding up the quarterback animations and dropbacks. And myself and Azur talked earlier today, man, and it seems like at times that the players don't seem connected to the field with EA football. So that's the next thing that they have to do. I wish it was already in the game, because I think it's a very important aspect of the game. It's kind of hard to simulate a sport without getting the movements right. But I understand that you're on a rebuilding process, and we're not going to get into all of that, and they should have had it and this and that. Of course they should have. I was one of the first guys who ever said that. But all we can do now is see what they're going to do with their product. And like I said, if the things that are being showcased for Madden 13, NCAA 13, they make it all in the game and it plays well, the next thing you have to focus on is overall locomotion and player movements. Do what you have to do to make it look like they're actually on the field. Momentum has to matter when you change direction. Planting. We need to see all of these things. That has to be the next step. So as I wrap up this video, hey, again, good job with the improvements. Yes, you guys may have had it in previous gen, and some things are new. But at the same time, I have to say, hey, those things were necessary. So now the next thing that's absolutely necessary is player movement. Animations, when they run, all of these things. Let's get it done. All right? Let me know what you think.